Okay, we should be going live. Oh, it says we're live. It says we're live.
Awesome.
There's always like this awkward like moment
Delay.
where we're like, are we live? Are we not live? Where are we? Are we showing up yet? Are we? No, there we are. Okay, I guess on YouTube. Hi everyone. Hope you are doing really, really well. Oh, we're so late going on. It's like 5 minutes past 4. Everyone's probably given up on us and it's like, no, it's Friday night. We're gonna go party and do all the fun things. Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you are all doing marvelously well. We thought we'd do something a little bit different today, mainly because we're lazy AF. But we thought what we would do instead of the usual tangent show where we like carefully research lots of things and bring you all kinds of well curated features like platform of the week and niche hunting and nerd corner. We just party and answer questions.
Wait, are you drinking wine?
I got wine and tea. So it's
wine and tea.
Wine and tea.
Oh,
yeah.
You are in laid back mode.
I am in chill mode today. I am. Well, it's an exciting day.
It is.
We're gonna go and see Alanis Morissette. Oh my gosh. And I'm super excited because like I wanted to be her when I was like 14.
Oh.
Kind of aging myself maybe, but yeah, I was a huge fan. So I'm very excited.
We're gonna go watch her do an acoustic set of Jagged Little Pill.
Oh my gosh. And it's right by the sea as well.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta be honest, like her doing the acoustic set, it's like 20-30 years since that album came out. I remember when that album came out, Eric Clapton did an acoustic set of Layla.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, wow, old people. Right. It's like old music for old people. And
I never liked the old people version.
And then I heard the original version. I was like, whoa, that's a really cool guitar riff. That's a rock.
So you thought Eric Clapton was just
Yeah, I thought he was just a boring old dude that sung acoustic music. And I realized, no, he transformed the song because him and his people all got old together. So I feel like this is us now listening to Alanis Morissette acoustic.
That's kind of it. I hope not. Oh, look, you've got a tech question right there. So, okay, today, guys, please send tech questions to support@tangent.rock.
I will answer it real quick.
Are you going to open it? Are you going to answer it? Okay, then I'm going to drink wine.
Fruits of Heaven is using tangent templates, and in our listing helper, I have a section where you could scan for keywords. So to clarify what's going on here, with KDP, you have kind of 2 or 3 ways that you can select categories. You can select 2 categories through KDP's listing. Now, these categories are not a one-to-one match to Amazon's public site. So it's just these KDP categories that you select, and then from there, they'll assign categories for you. The second one is there are categories that you can only be added if you have certain keywords. So what our tool does, it will scan all your keywords and see which categories you might be eligible for. If you don't see anything, then chances are you don't have a keyword that's eligible for any of these hidden categories. You can go to our category browser to view all the hidden. She's in chill mode.
I'm just drinking wine with the flamingo.
That's it.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, cool. So any more support? Fruits of Heaven, thank you very much for supporting us. We do appreciate using tangent templates. But yeah, guys, send support requests to support@tangent.rocks and we will answer them all there because we're in chill mode today. Yeah. Chill mode. Okay, so you guys asked us a bunch of questions and we have them here. We've kind of had a busy week. We finished up our first improv class in like 6 years, which
was pretty awesome. Yeah,
it was really good. Something crazy though, and I kind of said this today. So good news, we're going to ASD again at the end of July, and I'm actually really excited about it now. So okay, the last couple of years I kind of had like anxiety, like kind of like stage fright, like, oh, we're going to ASD, do we want to do this? Oh my gosh, I've got to talk to lots of people. And we did improv over the last 8 weeks, 8 weeks. And I was actually like, yeah, we're going to ASD. Yeah, I feel good about this. Let's do this. And I really didn't have any anxiety about it. I was like, yeah, cool. Let's book. Let's do this. Yeah. So I think that's really exciting. So, yay. Jennifer. Yay. She was at ASD with us last year and came to our secret party and did all the cool stuff.
That's right.
It was awesome to see Jennifer. Chris says, hi, first time at live video. Yeah, this isn't a good representation of our usual content. Usually I don't drink wine on air.
And we have a list of stuff, a bunch of topics we got to cover.
Usually we do some research. Today we're kind of winging it. So yay. Chris, yeah, if you're interested in tangent templates, send me a message. I have promo codes. So I'm always happy. You know, people get mad at me sometimes. They're like, don't give out promo codes. It's cheap enough as it is. And yeah, people sort of come up with that, but I kind of just want everyone to have an opportunity at like making books and doing well with them. So it's like if a promo code helps, then we're happy to help. So let me know. Okay, so are we ready to start with the questions? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so first question, JM Stripling. She says she has scheduling issues, so it's hard to watch on Fridays. But she enjoys the replay, and she says, if you could be any animated character, who would you pick and why?
Whoa.
See, I have a problem. I don't really watch anything. I have I don't
gotta go back to your childhood.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, but the problem is if I talk about my childhood, no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to be like Banana Man, Super Ted, Batfink.
Who?
And, right, that's kind of the problem I have. Like if I say, oh, I'm Banana Man, then everyone's going to be like, what?
I'm a banana.
Actually, I asked you. I kind of cheated because I was panicking and I was like, I don't know what character I'd be.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, yeah, you'd be a Gretzico.
Oh, yeah.
So a Gretzico is like, I don't even know. Is she like a fox? She's like a panda. No, she's a red panda.
Okay.
So there's like a Japanese Sanrio character called a Gretzico, who's like a red panda, and in the daytime she's like a mild-mannered office worker, but at nighttime she is a death metal vocalist.
Yeah, she's a Cookie Monster vocalist.
She does Cookie Monster vocals. So in the daytime, she's all like, she's working, and then at night, she's just like, Roar! So I think that was a good choice. I like
a death metal singer. Yeah, yeah, it's on Netflix. You can, it's everyone can watch.
So who are you?
Okay, I chose one of my favorite cartoon characters, and that is Bender.
Oh,
because he's just awesome.
How are you like Bender?
I'm not sure. I just think he's cool. I really like Bender.
He's
and
like
if I was a
robot,
cartoon
right?
character, he's a grumpy robot. He was manufactured in Mexico in the future, and he loves money and oil.
Well, you're not manufactured in Mexico. You can speak Spanish.
That's true. But neither can he really.
Mr.
He's
Gonzalez.
I know, that's true. It's true. So Bender, I'm a huge fan of Futurama. I love the show, and so Bender's one of my favorite characters on the show.
That's awesome. So. Okay, Elizabeth Stowers asks, how do each of you schedule your time to be able to work well together? Do you have separate work areas? Oh, this is a great question. Well, Isaac has a work area.
Yeah.
You actually have a very pleasant work area with big glass windows and a big glass sliding door, and you have a big desk and your monitors. And so Isaac pretty much has a cool area. I work in bed. Like, I'm kind of serious.
Tea in bed.
I pretty much I work in bed. Keeps on going. Says he looks at a few courses, but is most of the content still relevant because it seems some of them were created 2 years ago. That is true. We have a lot of courses. If you go back to Create, I think that was from 2015. So that's one of our older courses. Curate was 2016. We put that together. Now, the thing with Curate is it's mostly project-based. So what it tends to be is things like, okay, there's a module on education and putting together educational materials. There's a module on true crime and how to research and put together a true crime project. There's modules on things like Gumroad, on Etsy, on public domain, like lots of things in there. So there are a couple of references to platforms that are no longer with us. I think, what was Fanprint?
Fanprint was one.
I think Fanprint's gone. However, because they are project-based, most, like I would say 90 to 95% of the content can absolutely be applied to KDP. So I might mention Create Space in the course, but honestly, like if you just do a little bit of sort of like mind mind movement, you can easily apply it to KDP. Now, we've also put out a lot of free classes on KDP, so you can pretty much get all the technical info you need from there. So our Cultivate course, that's much more recent, and the content in that is timeless pretty much. There may be some technical references like to chatbots, things like that, that may have changed slightly. But honestly, the vast majority of it is pretty timeless information, stuff like brand building, building an audience, all of that kind of thing. So it's really just like a matter of not like, if you see a technical sort of bit of information that's moved on, then just going, oh, okay, that platform is now has this rule or has this. And that's kind of the problem when you talk about any platform, because platforms change all the time, like Facebook, Amazon, KDP, whatever. They all change all the time. However, like the projects you can do and the work you can do for them, that's pretty much timeless. Like if you can make an educational product for CreateSpace, you can make it for KDP, you can make it for Teachers Pay Teachers, you can make it for Etsy. So that stuff doesn't really change. I think what changes is that the community and gurus kind of point to different, like suddenly everyone's excited about this product or this software or this platform. But in actual fact, I mean, a lot of the ideas and concepts
there's not a whole lot that changes, especially the past 4 years.
I mean, if you want to ask about a particular course, send me a message. More than happy to sort of talk about that and figure out what course might be helpful for you. Also, we have put out some courses. Last year we did the Halloween class. So that's new. That was new for KDP at the end of last year. And we've put out 2 free classes this year on Mother's Day and back to school. So we keep putting information out there, and we're going to keep doing that. Oh, so yeah, we're going to be back at ASD in July. I'm hoping to talk about audience building. I'm also hoping to do a private mastermind on book publishing, advanced book publishing. So we'll put more information on that out in the group soon. So if you got questions about the courses, anything like that, feel free to send me a message at support@tangentrocks or hi@katharyne.com, and we can talk about whatever will be helpful for you, whether it's like a free video, free class, or one of our paid classes. Cool. Okay. Oh, so wait, where were we?
So yes, we do work in separate areas. And I don't know, I'm not sure how we manage our time. It's more of organic. Like we have a lot of things to do, like we got to take the kids to school or just things around the house and stuff. So whenever we're not very
formal about time management. Like I think what we do is we kind of look at what needs doing. So we kind of have responsive work. So a lot of what we do, we talk to you guys on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and so we try and respond. Sort of the first thing we do is try and make sure we respond to all messages. So that might be in the group, it might be emails or messages from you guys. We also sort of look at what projects we have going on, like if there's a course we're working on. And I think that's kind of the thing. It's like we don't really have a set workflow. Sometimes we're working on software, sometimes we're working on courses, sometimes we're working on a Facebook group, sometimes we're experimenting with new ideas, we're making books.
She'll wake up one morning, ooh, I got a new idea for CreateSpace for a KDP book. And we're like, great, we're going to share this with the group. Nope, I'm doing this just for myself. And so put it out there.
Sometimes,
so
we don't really schedule. We just kind of try, and I think in some ways what we do is more like energy management. It's like if we're going out or we have something planned, like a class or something we're doing with friends, or we're going to a concert, then we'll kind of schedule around that and say, okay, let's make the next day, we'll have a sort of chill day, like a duvet day. And if we've got a project that we're going hardcore on, like when we put together Curate and Cultivate, we were working all night. We were
literally all night.
We really didn't sleep a lot.
I think during Cultivate, I think I did 4 all-nighters.
that was a crazy course. And what we do then when we're making a course together, we tend to kind of tag team it. So I'll put together the content one day and then I'll record at night, and then I'll pass my content over to Isaac and he'll edit it. And then while he's editing that, I'll start working on the content and the recording for the next day. So we just kind of have a flow going.
Yeah.
But we haven't done that in a while. I'm hoping. The thing is, it's kind of weird. We work really well to a deadline. If we're like, okay, we have to get like a class done by this day. And sometimes I find things like ASD are really good for pushing me to get some work done and to create something new. So I kind of like working to a deadline, but I feel it's not always the best thing.
And I try to give myself artificial deadlines, like kind of like put up fake deadlines for myself, just to challenge myself. But honestly, it doesn't work as well as a real deadline.
I know, it's funny how that works. You can't sort of pretend to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got next?
Okay.
BK says, in a fashion battle between Alanis Morissette and NSYNC, who would win? Alanis, because she's got the cool hair.
I'm gonna go with NSYNC.
What? Wait, didn't Justin Timberlake have really bad hair when he was in NSYNC?
Yeah, but I think he did a lot more costume changes than Alanis. I think Alanis just did the 90s grunge kind of look.
Would Billie Eilish exist without Alanis?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. I'm not sure how much Alanis had an effect on her.
I think Alanis affected everything.
Okay. I think I'll probably give you that one.
Okay, so I'm saying Alanis. He's saying NSYNC.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's fun. Okay, Vinik says, what's something that you love but he hates, and vice versa? Oh, this is fun. So wow.
Uh-oh.
I know what you love and I hate.
What's that?
American punk.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to like American like punk, a lot of indie bands too. I'm from Orange County. There's a little scene there, and all kinds of stuff. We had rockabillys, we had punk rockers, we had ska music, and it was just the vibe back then in the 90s.
No.
She hates it. She hates it.
Because your people don't do punk.
Like the Ramones will come on. And I'll be like, hey, Sid, check out, Blitzkrieg Bop is on. Let's all sing along. And she's like, oh, I hate American punk. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, because American punk isn't a thing.
It started.
It's like fake punk.
It started in America.
No.
Then it went over to England.
What?
And it came back.
What? Oh.
So that we've been arguing about this since day one.
This is pretty contentious. What else? Oh, I like funny story.
Yes.
Well, let's talk drinks.
Okay. Oh yes, drinks. Okay.
Isaac really loves girly drinks.
Yes. Yes.
You didn't even try to defend yourself.
I love sugar. I'm like the fly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love alcohol with sugar. Give me pure alcohol and I'm gonna puke.
He just likes anything that's like pink and has like bits of like strawberry and umbrellas in it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, I drink like an old fashioned.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's so funny story. So Isaac's profile picture on Facebook, he's like sitting in like his chair. Oh my god, so I saw this dude in an advert on Facebook and he was totally doing your pose
how funny.
As his like ad for a course. And he has like this sexy woman in front of him with like a backwards dress on. Yeah. And he's just sat there. And then some guy goes, okay, so you take the woman out of this advert and you're just left with a fat guy in a chair. It's like, oh, burn. But he kind of asked for that by gratuitously including a sexy girl.
So we were in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
At a cigar shop, a bar/cigar shop, and I'm having my very first cigar for my very first time. Hey, let's go try one. I'm not really a smoker. I didn't like smoking when I was a kid. So I'm older now.
Smoking's bad.
I don't care. I'll do a cigar. So we're smoking cigar and we're like, whoa, the lighting here, everything looks really cool. So he takes a photo of me and I'm like, ooh, I need a picture of my drink. Of course, I have like my pink, like girly drink, like strawberry. I forgot what it was. I was drunk, so I don't remember. And so I said, okay, I got to put my girly drink down and I need to get Katharine's whiskey. So it looks cool.
So he's got his profile picture looking all alpha with like the big cigar and like the big armchair and like the leather chair. And he's drinking my drink.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So usually she'll get a drink. She'll be like, this is really good. You got to taste it. And I sip it. I'm like, ew, that's way too strong.
Well, I'm British.
So, maybe that's it. Okay.
Okay. So things love and hate. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Wait, no, these are both things that you love and I. No, wait.
What's some? No, okay. You love like hard whiskey drinks.
Oh, okay.
You love like old fashions, and I'm not a fan of those.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't really like those.
Okay.
So there we go. It evens out.
I'm with you. Okay. So how do you organize your average day between life and work? Oh, this is kind of like the other question. Yeah. But then also be able to answer questions on this here group. That's I think we kind of answered that. I will say I sleep with my phone.
Yeah.
And I literally, sometimes I wake up in the night and I look at Facebook, and then in the morning I'll come and be like, okay, I got to answer this question or talk to this person or delete this spam, or like I literally sometimes, guys, I'm up at 3 a.m. and I delete spam. Yeah. It's just kind of like, I don't know. But how do we organize average day? Yeah, I think it really depends. Like it just kind of depends what we're doing.
Every day's a new day.
Like, and seriously, we try to have fun. Like we really try and like get new experiences, take classes, go out and do things, go to concerts, because like you kind of have to live. And I think it's really easy to get so absorbed in work and hustle that you just don't do things and go and meet people and have barbecues and go to the beach. Like I think you have to live. Yeah. Like when you say, like it doesn't have to be like you do expensive things or go on vacation, but just go and like burn stuff by the beach and eat burgers.
Yeah. You need just switch up your scenery a bit. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good question. Denise, I think I think she was talking about moving to San Diego. She said, apart from rattlesnakes and bobcats in the backyard.
Very true.
Actually, I've never seen a bobcat. If I saw a bobcat, I'd be out there like, kitty, 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 come be my friend. Rattlesnakes. Yeah, we've got an ongoing issue with rattlesnakes.
There's a rattlesnake living in our backyard.
It's living under the deck. Yeah. And the problem is we called animal control and they're like, yeah, we'll only come out if it's like around and out and about. And the problem is that since it's out and about, then it goes away again. So I don't know. We're going to deal with the rattlesnake, but that's, she said, aside from that, what's the worst thing about living in San Diego?
Everything closes early.
Oh, yeah.
That's really annoying. Like, we're complete night owls.
That's true.
Sometimes we won't start our evening till 10 o'clock at night because we'll just be nonstop working, the kids, everything going on. And then it'll be 10 o'clock at night. Let's go out and get a drink. Let's go out and get some food, 10 o'clock at night, and everything's shut.
Yeah, there's like an all-night coffee shop that's pretty fun to go to. But I can't eat anything because it's like I need to eat gluten-free food. So like actually finding decent gluten-free food late at night is challenging. Yeah, like you can go to Denny's or something like that, but finding something nice and kind of a cool vibe. But San Diego's pretty nice. Like it's hard to find fault with San Diego. I love living here. Oh, I like that guy who has the song. If you're bored in San Diego, it's your fault.
Oh, what was it? Happy
Ron. There's a local guy called Happy Ron, and he has a song about how if you're bored in San Diego, it's your fault.
Yes.
And it's kind of true because honestly,
there's so much to do out here.
It's hard to not like San Diego. Okay.
And I just lock myself in a room playing VR.
That's true. I know you live in one of the best cities in the world, and you just go to VR all the time. Okay, Jessica says, how did you get into improv, and how do you incorporate the improv and creativity in your life?
Oh, I love this question.
Yeah, this is a good question. Well, we can talk about how we got into it. So we kind of have pretty different backgrounds. I kind of have a background in theatre. My degrees in theatre and performing studies, which is pretty much performance art. Like we didn't really do much proper theatre. So I kind of have a background in performance art. I've done a little bit of stand-up and kind of just anything that involves making a fool of myself on stage or on camera. Actually, I did radio as well. So it's kind of like I've done quite a few things like that. And for me, improv was pretty much the first thing I did after having Sid and moving to San Diego, where I was like, okay, let's see if I can find my way back into something that involves performing and doing something fun like that. So it was kind of, for me, it was just like trying to sort of figure out my way back into doing something like that. And I don't know. What about you?
Oh, I don't know. I was really bored. I was going through a divorce, and so it was kind of a hard time in my life during that period. And I was just, it's like when you got to recreate your life again, something that big. And so I had to start all over again, friends wise and stuff. And so, a friend of mine recommended I either do stand-up comedy or improv class. And I looked at the two, and improv seemed a little more interesting and fun. I never saw a show. I knew nothing about improv other than that TV show, Whose Line Is It Anyways? And so I just showed up to class not knowing what to do. And that's where I met Katharyne the
very first day, our very first improv
and the
class.
very first thing we did was have a scene together, which is so trippy.
And I was your biggest fan.
Yeah.
I had to scream at you.
Yeah.
So he like walks into improv class, and 5 minutes into it, he has a crazy British woman screaming at him like, "I love you!"
I was super nervous, and like I was really skinny and just like
he had big glasses and like really short hair and just
funny time.
You were kind of different than you are now.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do we? I love this bit though. How do you incorporate the improv creativity in your life? Well, okay, this is funny, right? Okay, so I know we don't get political on this show, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the gentleman in question.
Sure.
But I did read a book a while back called The Art of the Deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was by someone who's kind of important in the United States.
Sure.
And he talked about how he kind of makes it up every day. Every day he walks into his office without a plan and just kind of does stuff. Which before he became who he is today, I thought that was kind of a funny concept, because I do feel we kind of do that sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
That we kind of wake up in the morning and often we don't really have a plan, and sometimes we'll just brainstorm. And sometimes we just get random ideas. And I think the difference that improv has made is that we kind of listen to our ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really easy to have like a wacky idea when you're in the pub with your friends, or when you're like just sort of walking around and you're like, wouldn't it be funny if someone did this? Or wow. Or you just like, I don't know, you have a funny joke and then you're like, oh, that's a great idea. We tend to act on our wacky ideas and try them out.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter whether they're like a great idea or whether, like, I just find things happen when we put stuff out there. It's like, okay, let's make a video about it. Let's talk about it. Let's make it. Let's make a book.
A perfect example of that was, so we had, this is about 2015. We did our bundle course, which is a huge success. A lot of people made some awesome bundles. A lot of
That
sales.
was like our first course.
Yeah, it was our first course. And shortly afterwards, Katharyne had an idea to make a adult coloring book course.
Oh yeah.
And it was a very quick, we just wanted it to be a really short class, very cheap. We just wanted to get people interested in creating adult coloring books, because we saw it was an emerging trend at the time. This is 2015. And I was like, she's like, well, how can I take a photograph and convert it into a coloring book? And I'm like, well, I guess you can do this in Photoshop. And I was really uneasy about it because, we didn't have a lot of experience doing coloring books at the time.
It was a bit out of left field.
It was really left field for us. We put a few out there. We were really happy with the results. And we said, if anything, this is fun. This is really fun to take your own images, convert them into coloring books, have it in a book, and to be able to color it in.
Yeah, we went up to LA and we're taking pictures and turning them into coloring books.
Yeah, so we made a really affordable course. I think we sold it for with $30 at the time. It was really cheap.
It was a little more than it was like $50.
$50,
like
yeah. And of course, she did her typical marketing and niche research and stuff that she does, that she applied with bundles.
Well, no, what I did, I went and looked. Yeah, I looked at sort of what kind of niches you can make coloring books for, and we found like really unusual things, like the anatomy coloring book, and sort of ways people were doing coloring books differently.
And back then, it was a lot. Like now, it's kind of like everyone's done it. Every coloring book has been done before, but back then, it was still an emerging trend. So to come up with these new ideas, and improv taught me to just yes and. So to kind
it's
of
dangerous sometimes.
It is dangerous, but to kind of just go with it. And it was like, okay, what's the loss? What can we gain here? What's the loss? The only thing I would have lost was time. If the thing really sucked, maybe reputation in front of people, a bunch of strangers online. And so we went with it. I did it. We both put our all into it. And sure enough, it turned out to be an awesome course. And one of the most successful coloring books came about because of it.
That was it.
Which was like, wow, it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, there were quite a few people did really well with their coloring books from that. So it was kind of just one of those things where it's like, oh, I have an idea. And Isaac said, yes, let's do it, which is kind of the thing of improv. So like the whole point of improv, like probably if you go and do a class, what you'll learn on day one is called yes and. So you start making up a story together. So if I say to Isaac, hi, I'm on a spaceship, and he says, no,
I'm not on a spaceship. This is the jungle.
Right. Then that's like a really bad improv scene. Because
I denied her offer, her reality, and tried to put my own reality
so
instead.
the audience are confused. I'm scrambling to find another idea. Whereas if I say, whoa, it's really fun on this spaceship.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, but look at all the asteroids about to attack us.
Right. And so then we're into a space war and life is fun. And so you kind of learn this, yes, accept what people say to you, like accept the offer people make to you or the suggestion, and then add on to it. And honestly, I think we spent the first year of our friendship and then our relationship, probably the first 2 years, going to improv classes and studying improv, performing, just doing all these things. And I think it kind of had an effect on us.
Life-changing
that we
effect,
really tend to go with ideas and try them out and push them and see what happens. And it kind of makes you fearless. Like I really mean it when I say, like, I've been out, we've both been out of the improv loop for about 6 years. And then we started doing this class, and seriously, the last couple of years doing ASD, I found it, I did have sort of anxiety and stage fright. And right now, I'm like, that's gone. I'm like fearless right now. I'm like, yes, let's do this. Let's go and do it and talk. So I think improv gives you a sense of fearlessness. It gives you a sense of bravery, because here's the thing. Oh, and the other thing I want to say, and this came up in the group this week. Someone was asking about their books, and she said, how do I know it's perfect? How do I know it's ready to go? And I can't sort of tweak it anymore. I can't add to it. I can't like make it super professional. And I thought about this, and I thought, well, okay, when I did like my theatre course, a lot of it, when you do traditional theatre, it's all about sort of costumes, it's all about scripts and learning lines, rehearsing, attention to detail, planning out all your movements. Like, it's a really long, difficult process. And the crazy thing is, I've seen some really boring plays that have like great attention to detail. And I've also seen improv shows, which are super magical, where someone just steps up and does something amazing, and you go, whoa, what did we just see happen? Whoa. Or you're like crying because someone did like a really touching scene. So it's almost like the amount of work you put into something isn't always, like the result isn't always what you expect. And I don't know, like today we were like, you know what, let's just kind of improvise the show. We normally do a lot of research, spend a couple of days doing research. And today we were just like, we're really busy. I don't want to do a lot of research. So let's just see if people will ask us some questions and we can chat. And it's like, great. We got to chill for the day. We're still doing a show. The result is probably still okay, that people are watching, joining in. And I think just having that concept that you're ready, you're prepared, like you don't need anything except yourself, your ideas. It really gives you a sense of sort of bravery and confidence that I'm definitely sort of refinding, I would say, after a few years away from it.
Yeah.
So that's our big ad for improv.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one? Oh, Jay Austin. Hi, Katharyne. I sent a PM the other day about some of your courses. Did you see it? I guess not. I will go and look. I'm sorry.
She gets a lot of PMs.
Yeah, I want to give an apology if I've missed any messages or emails. They tend to come to a lot of places. They come to my page. They come to my private inbox. They go to my other inbox. They come in my like, it's just a lot of questions, and I really, really do my best to answer them. Sometimes I miss them. Just send me another email if I miss it. I'm sorry. I try not to. Okay. Oh gosh. This is a good one. Jessica says, okay, the two of you have amazing energy together and it shows in your videos. Any suggestions, secrets on building that in our relationships? Because like relationship goals. Do we have a secret?
I think improv. That was probably
that's like improv.
Boring.
But I think being friends is a really good place to start. Like we were like totally like I think kind of after improv we used to sit and hang out together in the pub. So what would happen would be the whole like class would all sort of come and sit in the pub together and we'd all chat, and it always ended up that we were the last two there, and we just kind of talked to each other all the time. And it just never stopped. It was like we talked until the pub kicked us out. Then we'd sit outside and talk. And like, I think we realized that we had something crazy going when we were in Denny's one night after Rocky Horror.
And we were rah, 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 rah,
we were
rah,
just
rah.
talking. Everyone else had left. We were still sat there in Denny's, and then we realized the sun had come up.
And it was like 8 o'clock.
And
So
we were like,
we
"Oh."
went to Denny's because, you know, we always go to the Rocky Horror Picture Shows on Fridays
Mhm.
and see that the midnight showing, and the show would end at about 2 o'clock. So we'd find ourselves at Denny's till around 3 o'clock. And
With like random audience
random
members,
people,
cast
yeah,
members, whoever
and
sort of
even
showed up.
like the Denny's employees would kind of chit chat with us as well. And so everyone would leave, and we just kept talking. And it started about 3 a.m. And the next thing I know, it was 8 a.m. in the morning. And we pulled an all-nighter just chatting.
And so I think being friends is like pretty important. I think also there's another improv thing that I can apply, which is assume the best. Like, I think it really works if you like disagree or you fall out to like see the best. Like, assume that person has your back, assume that they want the best for you, for your relationship. And I think if you do that, it kind of pushes out misunderstandings. It pushes out sort of like flashpoints where you can fight. So I don't know. That's and also like just I better not say that. But yeah. Moving on. Okay, Annika says, what is your favorite product you've ever designed? Not necessarily the most profitable, but your and Isaac's favorite.
Oh.
That's interesting. So of our products, our courses, I was thinking about this. Like I put out a post about Test Check today.
Yeah.
Like I kind of forgot about that. Someone emailed us and said, they emailed asking about Test Check and said, does it do books? And I realized I'd forgotten to put books on the Gumroad link.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of products. I don't know. What's your favorite?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot.
So we've got bundles, coloring books, create, curate, cultivate.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I don't, I mean, other than the obvious one.
Wait, what's the obvious one? Tangent templates.
Yeah. As far as
that's kind of your baby though.
It kind of is. I mean, I've been working it for the past year, and I've been putting most of my effort into that project. So yeah, I have an investment in that one. I don't know. I mean, I like some of the simple stuff. The Search Blast was kind of a fun one to do.
Search Blast is cool, actually.
So yeah, and that eventually evolved into Tangent, our Search Explorer tool. So I love making. I love having an idea, and it takes the least amount of work, like just a little bit of work, but it adds a huge value to people that are using it.
That kind of goes back to what I said. It's not always what you spend the most time on that ends up being the coolest thing you do. Sometimes just ideas you have in the moment can end up being like the best idea you have.
I mean, like Test Check. I think that maybe took me a day or two to put together, and it was just a little bit of testing. But it was a very basic extension, and we decided to make it free because it was so basic and simple. I didn't really feel right charging people, but yet it helped a lot of people. I think we got like over 1,000 people using it, and so I'm really happy with
what
that.
I think my favorite was doing the bundle casts for the bundle class, because I think the bundle class for me was so exciting.
Oh yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, it was the first course I made, and I don't know, once we put it out there, like the response was so good to it, and it felt like a club. Like I think of all our courses, that one felt like a club.
I really did.
And people kind of joined in the group. And what we did bundle casts. And the bundle casts like once a month, or I don't know, I think I did one for every holiday. So we had a Mother's Day one, and we had Barbie dolls.
We had a lot of fun.
And we did really fun things with it. Like, so we had Barbie dolls to represent different kinds of mom. And then people suggested bundles they could make for the moms.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of fun things like that. And I think what I loved, that was the first time I saw like people were like having a lot of success. Like people would come back in and be like, okay, I launched a bundle and I sold 50 in my bundle in the first week. And it was like, whoa, okay, really this is crazy. So I think for me, it was probably bundles. And I think that kind of set the tone for everything I've done since.
Absolutely. Like the creativity and the marketing and just a lot of your research and everything you did with bundles applied to everything else.
I think Cultivate is the most underrated. Like, I think Cultivate has a huge amount of content in there, and I think it's really, really good, but I don't think we marketed it as hard as we should have done.
And it was really fun building the little applications we put in Cultivate, like the
Oh yeah, it had like the homework assignments.
Yeah, we have homework assignments in Cultivate, which we haven't done with any of our previous ones. And we had one where find you with the expertise worksheet. So you fill out a little form and you can figure out what you're good at. It's such a simple concept,
it's really powerful,
but very powerful for people that take the time and actually invest.
The first few weeks of Cultivate, when people were filling out the expertise worksheet, that was awesome. They were going, whoa, I never thought of doing this. Oh, I never thought there was a whole career in, like, people were finding careers, people were finding businesses in that. So yeah, I think Cultivate was probably, I think that's the one that I would like people to take more notice of, because I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so no. Audrey says, I'd love to see you all do some improv. Give us a joke or do a dramatic literature scene. Yeah, or talk in pig Latin. Or the Swedish chef. Have you got a joke?
Well, here's the thing about improv. It's not really about set jokes or like it's not stand-up or a comedy show. I think Del Close, who's one of the—
oh my gosh, here we go.
Right. He wrote a book, Truth in Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the point of improv is just to act out a random scene and see where the truth brings you. And then the comedy will naturally come out.
Oh, sorry, I was having a drink with the flamingo.
Or you just troll your spouse.
Yeah. Remember when we used to sing on the Friday show?
Oh, yeah.
Many.
Thank you for reminding me.
No, it's good times. So long before we had the Tangent show, we had the Friday show. That was an interesting experience.
We had to cut the cord on that because it got so unprofessional. And we just let loose a bit too much.
It's like, what can go wrong with like, no, but it was fun because we used to sing. So we'd do like a live song.
Right. The funniest thing was we had a screen in the back. This was before we did the green screen. No, we didn't have a green screen. We had an actual screen, a wooden screen. We had a wooden screen behind us. And I was playing electric guitar and we were singing and we kind of started rocking out and I bumped into it and the whole thing fell down. While we were playing, and we're like, "Oh crap, our house is falling apart."
Oh yeah, we were doing the Metro.
Oh yeah, that's right, Metro.
Riding on the Metro. That was what we did. That was pretty funny.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, moving on. Oh, you're gonna love this one. This one was totally made for you, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
How's your German?
How's my English? My Spanish.
So Marita Ma says, say this German word 3 times. So here's the German word. Streichholzschachelchen.
Streichholzschachelchen.
There we go. Well, you got it once. There we go. And she
you gotta say it 3 times.
Streichholzschachelchen. Streichholzschachelchen.
Streichholzschachelchen.
I'm done.
Streichholzschachelchen. I didn't just like curse myself in German or something like that.
Right.
It's like some like German monster gonna pop up.
Yes, you're like summoning Krampus. It's like,
are you German people? Are you like just laughing at what I'm saying right now?
Yeah, I know. What are we actually saying?
I have no idea.
Awesome. You've opened a portal to the underworld again.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, here we go. Vinex says, can you each come up with a convincing country and western song title? The more melodramatic, the better.
Country western.
Like, oh my gosh, country is so not my thing. It's not just like I left Jesus in the back of a pickup. Like what? I don't know. That's probably the best you could get for me. It's like guns and Jesus and pickup trucks. I'm British. I don't know. I'm not like.
I don't know. Gee, this is gonna take
your
some
family
real creative...
from Texas or something, aren't they?
My distant family. I'm not from Texas. I went there once. You know what happened when I showed up in Texas?
Tell the Texas story.
Okay, I was with my grandparents and my uncle, and they were going to go see distant family, and I was bored at home. So I'm like, hey, can I come? Sure, come on, kid.
So one thing about Isaac, he has like an incredible extended family.
Yeah, it's
so he has like his dad's like 1 of 10. So basically, there's like an uncle for every occasion.
Right. So I mean, and then we're going to go see distant relatives, like cousins kind of stuff. So we go to Texas, and the second we get into Texas, we go into a gas stop.
How old are you?
I was 13 years old.
Okay.
13 years old, and a car full of good old boys showed up and told us to get the F home. Go home, get the F out of here. Now, I don't know if they were racist, or I don't know if because we had California license plate. So to this day, I actually don't know what the reasoning is. I just know they did not like us when we showed up. And so my grandparents were freaking awesome. My grandma, my grandma starts muttering to herself in Spanish, right? And she pulls out a gun from her purse. I'm like, what? Wait, you have a gun? And my grandpa's like, and they're like, come on, mess with us. Wow. We were born and raised in this state.
That's awesome.
So yeah, okay, country western song. All right, don't mess with us, because I have a gun. That's the title of my country western song.
That's melodramatic.
Sung by Grandma Gonzalez.
Wow, I can't beat that. I think Grandma Gonzalez wins it.
I'll throw a little bass line for that, like mariachi type music in the background. Doom 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 doom. Right, and then the country music comes on. Right, don't mess with us, because I have a gun.
Wow, I want to hear this song. I think you've got to relate. Next week we should perform the song. It'd be good. Oh, this one's for me. Okay, well, I guess it's for me. Has Orange County got any great delicacies? The question is, what's your most missed food from back home?
I think she was referring specifically to you.
I'm like, there might be food in Orange County.
No, all the good food out there in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't miss anything.
My most missed food. Sorry, I'm like sweating today. It's like hot.
Rutabagas.
Oh yeah,
there's an awesome health like salad restaurant place, and I get this like awesome summer salad. It's in a bowl, and it's just filled with awesomeness. And so Rutabagas, I wish there was one down here in San Diego.
I love that place. It's awesome.
So
yeah. Every time we went up to LA, we used to stop on the way at Rutabagas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, if you're in Southern California, you got to check it out. It's awesome, and they have hot cider.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, they have a cherry cider, and it's hot, and it tastes like for British people, it tastes like hot Ribena.
And you know it's legit cider when they stick just the whole thing of vanilla, like
oh my gosh, like the stick,
vanilla stick. They just stick it in your drink.
That's the cinnamon stick.
The cinnamon stick. That's what I meant. A cinnamon stick. And you're like, yeah, this is awesome.
It's pretty good. What do I miss from back home? You know, it's really weird for me because I found after I moved to the US, I became gluten intolerant, which was like a huge problem. So it's like, it's kind of weird because I don't know if I would still be gluten intolerant to like European food, or like if it's just an American thing, or if it's but oh my gosh, someone said, I think I lost the comments, but I know someone mentioned Yorkshire puddings, and oh my gosh, I think my most missed food, first of all, would be my grandmother's roast dinners.
Aww.
Like Granny's roast dinners with like roast beef and Yorkshire pudding is just like amazing, and gravy, like proper gravy. That's really like, I don't know, American gravy is like white and weird. It's like Cracker Barrel stuff.
Okay.
But like British gravy, you've had British gravy. It's like the stuff with Marmite and Bisto, and it's like dark brown. And it's pretty good. Oh, and I think also proper fish and chips.
Oh yeah, she talks about fish and chips all the time.
I haven't found anything even close to it here. Like especially like battered sausage and chips. That's like my favorite. Oh my gosh. I like Marmite as well, but that's like glutinous now, so I can't eat that. Okay, so this one's a fun one. Which, if any, I think we've got, this is the last one. Oh no, there's one more.
Yeah.
Okay, which, if any, real or fancy reality show would you and Isaac want to be on? I had you both pegged as a great, amazing race team. Anything come to mind?
A reality
show.
I don't watch television, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, see, I have the same problem. So a funny story. Okay, when I was a kid, there was a girl called Annika Rice, and she used to run around in like a little lycra cat suit, and she would like, it was awesome. It was called Challenge Annika.
Okay.
And she had blonde hair and she was kind of Swedish looking and she was just super excited. Just, hello guys, golly gosh. And they would set the most ridiculous challenge for her to do in like a week. So it'd be like, okay, your challenge is to go to Romania and build an orphanage in 3 days. And she'd be like, gosh, okay, let's go. Or it would be like, you've got to build a school in the middle of London in like a day. And she'd be like, okay. And then what she'd do, she had this big truck. I don't know why they had a truck. And they drove around this massive truck. And she would like get on the phone. And she'd call people and she'd be like, hello, we have to build a school in 1 day. And I need some lumber. I need some bricks. I need 5 workmen. Gosh, you can bring them. Perfect. Okay. And then 2 seconds later, hello, Annika, we're here to build the school. Gosh. And the whole show was like that. And she always did it as well. She always built this amazing project. And my brownow, because I was a brownie, she was like, Katharyne, one day you're going to be Annika Rice.
Oh.
And so I was like, I've kind of always had that. And like she kind of implanted something about like go and like do crazy things and get on television.
I got one for us.
Okay.
Crystal Maze with Richard O'Brien.
Oh yeah, I would love to be on the Crystal Maze.
With Richard O'Brien. It has to be Richard O'Brien.
Yeah. So sorry, it's a bit British. I love the Crystal Maze. I loved Nightmare. I was on Games Master though. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was pretty awesome.
She's got a golden joystick.
I have a golden joystick. It was my 13th birthday. It is on YouTube, but you would have to like really hunt to find it. But yeah, so I don't know. Are there any shows? I mean, there's stuff like Storage Wars and what's like. I never really wanted. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Tattoo Ink. I don't know.
Tattoo Ink.
I got one tattoo, so I can say that.
Honestly, we don't really watch. So the way we do things, we have a television, but it's really just for video games.
Yeah.
So
we don't have cable. We don't pay for cable.
If there's a show we want to watch, we'll probably watch it on Amazon or Netflix.
Amazon Prime or Netflix.
But we don't watch a lot. I think we watched Black Mirror. We watched Good Omens.
And that was it. That's
pretty much it.
Yeah. So I tend to watch shows. In fact, going back to the things I like to do, she doesn't like to do, vice versa. I do like to watch shows on Netflix and actually do it through my VR headset in bed because we don't have a television in our room. And it's the perfect medium. I can watch exactly what I want for a short period of time, take it off, and then I don't have to deal with television again.
If you don't hit me in the face while you're in VR in bed. Yeah. Oh, Laurie says she likes when you start sounding British.
Oh, I don't sound British. I try not to.
Do it. Do your British accent.
No, because you're gonna cringe.
No,
and it's gonna be horrible. I don't do British
do
accent.
It.
No.
Say cup of tea.
No.
Say cup of tea. Do it. Say cup of tea.
No.
Say cup of tea.
Orderly, a cup of tea, eh? There you go. That's my British accent.
That was not very British. Okay. All right. Last question was Jessica. She said, "Is this going to turn out to be a community-created prompt journal?" That's really funny. I like that. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of. I like doing the prompt journals. I had a lot of fun with those. I hope people are doing those. In with tangent templates, you can put the prompts in, and so you can generate a book for people to write the answers in very quickly, and so that's always fun. Sorry, I just threw in the blatant.
Yeah.
Oh, Laurie says right. That's great. All right, guys, we are off to see Alanis.
Yeah. Looking forward. The acoustic version, yes.
The acoustic Alanis. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited though. I'm gonna like go back.
I would say if NSYNC and Alanis got in a fight, Alanis would totally win. Like she would just open up her jaw and they would just be like, whoa.
You know, it's funny because like, you know, in South Park, they always have the Canadians and their mouths go like that. That's like the thing, you know, they have Terrence and Phillip and they always do that. I was watching Alanis Morissette singing like her acoustic and I was like, oh, I kind of get it. But I don't mean that in a mean way because she's beautiful and I love her very much.
Oh, she's awesome. We love her.
Yeah, we're gonna go and see Alanis.
But when she sings, she's got that.
Apparently that's. Well, I can say this because I'm half Canadian. So I don't know. Does my mouth do that?
No. I mean, a good singer is gonna open their mouth all the way. You know, that's right. I mean.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Oh wait, Becky just said, will you guys be at ASD in July? Yes, we will. We I just posted about this in the KDP group. So
We should be there, yeah.
No, we're going to be there.
Okay.
Well, let me talk about it really quickly. So ASD, if you haven't been or you don't know what it is a huge trade show that is held in Las Vegas twice a year in usually around March and the end of July. I find that the July show tends to be a little bit bigger. We tend to more people come in July. We have a big room up in the South Hall. It's upstairs, and we're going to be there. I think I've just been talking to ASD, so I haven't confirmed yet. But it looks like we're going to be there on Sunday, the 28th, and Monday, the 29th. What I'm hoping to do a class, a free big public class on audience building and what to do with your audience once you have them. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So we're also thinking about doing a workshop or mastermind. So we didn't do one in the winter, but when we have done them before, they've gone really, really well. Our Magic Formulas course actually came out of one of our ASD workshops. So it's kind of like a couple of hours where we, my thought, and I've sort of come up with this over the last few days. My thought is that we'll do a workshop on advanced book publishing. So by advanced, what I mean is not like really complicated techie stuff, like setting the correct margins on your manuscript in MS Paint, but more about what you do after notebooks, composition books, prompt journals. Like, where can you go next?
Yeah.
How do you get creative with your books? And I've actually kind of been working on a lot of stuff for that that wasn't for ASD, but I think I would really like to talk about it at ASD, but I'd like to do it in a small group. So I'm thinking of having a small paid workshop to talk about advanced book publishing, to share some brand new ideas that I haven't talked about anywhere else or in the class or in the group. So I'm probably going to do that on the Monday afternoon. Okay. But we're still sort of confirming details. We're hoping also, so the Tuesday after ASD is my birthday.
Yeah.
Yay! So we might have a party. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of our plan. If you haven't been to ASD, it's awesome. It's free. It's a great excuse to go to Las Vegas for a couple of days. It's nice. And I was thinking about sort of how it works for people who do KDP. I think you can get a lot of niche hunting done at ASD. There are a lot of different areas set up with just pretty much any kind of industry is there. Yeah. Anyone who has products to sell. You can meet the vendors, see what they're selling, see what they're doing. And it gives you a really good heads up on like trends, niches. Like if you want to know what the next fidget spinner is, ASD will probably tell you. They have a whole area that's called, I can't remember what it's called now. It's called like alternative or something. Yeah. And it's just for vapes and
that's like the whole ASD now.
It's huge. They have like a whole big section.
Yeah. So at first it was like a few years ago, they had like a fringe area. You know, this was like the underground area. They had black lights and you'd see smoke and they'd have like maybe like techno music. It was really dark. And it was like, this is like their underground section.
Right. But now it's huge.
Now it's all bright and light. It takes up like 2/3 of ASD.
No, I wouldn't say
it's
that.
Huge. It really feels huge.
It's a big chunk of it.
It is a big, huge.
So it's
changed a lot.
See. And I would also say if you're thinking about expanding your business, so if you've made like a book and you want to sell it as part of a bundle, or you want to start finding products that you can bundle books with. So for example, maybe you make like a yoga diary or like a yoga planning journal. Mm-hmm. You could you could go to ASD, look for someone who's selling yoga mats that can be customized, like weights, like bands, whatever. And you could create a bundle with products there. So there's kind of a lot of ways of learning from ASD. There's also lots of speakers, lots of educational tracks. There's us. Yay.
Yes.
And what we've found, we've been doing ASD for about 4 or 5 years. And what we've found is that people tend to make really good friends there. So our sessions They're not super formal. People come and we do the class, and then what we find is people tend to chat, people make friends. They go, oh, you're from the group, you're so and so from the group. And what you find is a lot of people are from our Facebook groups. So if you lurk in the group or you're kind of active in the group, there's probably going to be a lot of people you know there. So it's a nice place to just find friends, meet new people. I've seen some really cool collaborations come out of ASD from our workshops. People have started working with each other, finding partnerships with each other. So it's just a cool place to be. Recommend it. It's free. You can go and register now, asdonline.com. So it's completely free and it's awesome. Like it's just a fun place to be. So hopefully we'll see some of you there. We'll be talking more about it, sharing more info as we get everything confirmed. But yay, we're looking forward to it. And yeah, we're going to go see Alanis.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our kind of little diversionary show about us. A bit self-indulgent, but it was fun. We'll be back next week with a proper tangent show with all our research as usual.
And a lot more information.
And lots of information. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We love you. Bye.